In this video, we're going to talk about conditional formatting, which is really important to us whenever we're looking at our data initially, reviewing it, reformatting it, trying to get it to where we can start working with it. So in particular, we're going to use a count blank function, a sum function, and then also the, as I mentioned to you, the conditional formatting. The data that you want to use is the restaurant data. What I want you to do here when you get into it, first of all, let's continue to try to be a good analyst. To start with, let's copy all of your data, and I'm going to go ahead and reach over here and copy the instructions too. I'm using Control-C to copy. I'm going to insert a new worksheet, and I'm going to use Control-V to paste our data in. I'm going to name this Adjusted Data. So I double left clicked. Okay, now I can use this as my playground and I won't mess up any of my restaurant data. Questions now start to come in. Let's go ahead and move this over so that the yellow is in there. And I just left clicked and dragged to get that over. Questions that come in is how many data are missing from the ambiance column for right now. So just looking at it, you could go down through here and you could scroll to the bottom and you could count them. Or another thing that you can do is to go back to our count blank, okay, equals count blank. I'm double left clicking here on count blank. Now I have to go in and I have to highlight the areas that I'm looking at. Come in now. It says they're only missing one of them. Now you can go in and you can also do the same thing for cleanliness, service, and food column. And then the next one is, we were just working at the column level. However, you can also use the count blank, double left click, and then select even a wider range. So if you wanted to go in and look at all of the data, you could go down through, left click, go all the way to the bottom. And from this, it says, you know what, we have 6 total values in here that are issues. Again, you need to go ahead and fill in the rest of these, but for now, it shows you how we can look at those 2 things. Another thing that you can do to help yourself is to take and reformat the cells that are blank so that they stand out better for you. And so the next step is use conditional formatting to format the cells where they're missing data. Let's make them yellow so it stands out well for columns B, C, D, and E. And what we're going to do is we're going to highlight this information, our data cells. I'm just going to pull it back up so it's easier to see. Under the Home tab, if you go to Conditional Formatting, and under Conditional Formatting, go to New Rule, and under New Rule, we want to do Format Only Cells that contain, and then Format Only Cells with blanks, okay? Down in the Format area, we can now, you will see that one of the options is Fill, Border, Font, Number. So if you click on the Fill tab and click yellow, OK, and OK, it will now go through and do the formatting to show you which cells have an issue there. All right, next thing it's telling you is let's go ahead and add an additional column between the food and the total bill. If I left click on column F and then I right click, one of my options is I can insert. It will insert, move that over, and in this case, all of these now are blank. So since they're blank, they've been conditionally formatted. Those will go away in a minute. We're going to come back up here and it says we're going to label this as total score. And with total score, we're going to take we want this total score to be the sum of ambiance, cleanliness, service, and food. If you use the equals sum and left click and drag the items that you're looking at and hit enter, it will sum those up for you. Again, equals sum and then all of the values there. Now, I could take and do that for each and every one of the each one of these cells. However, Excel wants to help you out. It wants to take and make things easier for you. And once you put this formula in here, you'll see at the bottom right-hand corner there's a dark box. If you double left click, it will take and copy that formula, right, advancing it each row so that it fills everything in for you. So again, that works extremely well. One of those things that Excel's already programmed for you. Next thing I want you to do is to use conditional formatting on the total score values, and I want you to highlight those if they're less than 20. Okay, so what I need to do first of all is whenever we inserted this column, it also put in there the conditional formatting cell. You know, we saw that. So I'll highlight this. Let's go to conditional formatting. Let's clear the rules from the selected cells. All right, so now that should be done. Everything is managed there. Now we want to go ahead and add a new conditional formatting. And this we want to conditional format, highlight cells that are less than 20. And from it, let's go ahead and put a, let's use the light red fill here with dark red text. I'm going to click OK. And now we see all of the customers that came in that ended up with a total score of 20 or less. Last thing that we're going to do here with our conditional formatting is based on the total sale of the customer. And in this, I've highlighted it. We're going to go to conditional formatting. And another option that we can do is we can use color scales. In particular, if you go to this, you can add a green, yellow, and red scale. All right, it automatically adds that for you. And then from it, if you want to go in to see what is going on with this rule, you can highlight it, come in, and you can take a look at the rule. You can edit the rule to where you can make it do different things for you, add different colors for you. Note that this is on a 3-color scale. There's others that you can put in there as well. All right. With that said, what we've now done is using conditional formatting, we've made it easy to find the cells that are issues, that are blank. We've identified cells where we have lower values, and we've created a kind of a heat map, if you will, of those customer interactions where they did not buy much or they bought a lot more. All right, hopefully this all makes sense to you, but you can start to see now how we can use conditional formatting to change our spreadsheets to give the analyst a little more information just from a visual standpoint.